Hi, welcome to Sacred Space Yoga with Carol Ann. I'm Carol Ann and this is the barn. So we're going to work on some hips tonight. We're going to work on hips for our back, for our gait, for the way that we walk, for our hips themselves to be a little bit more lucid and free, and to not have so much hip and back and feet problems, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. I'll lead you all the way through. So we are going to concentrate a lot on hips tonight. So to begin with, we're going to start in a nice seated position with a nice tall spine, rolling the shoulders back. We'll close the eyes, we'll dip our chin in toward our chest just a little bit, and we'll just start our natural breath. So just start to notice your breath, the inhales and exhales. And notice what you notice about your breath. There's a saying in yoga that the breath follows the mind. So if your breath is irregular or erratic, it most likely means that you're stressed. So just pay attention to what it feels like as it goes in and out through your nose. Now I'm going to open us up with a mantra to bring us together for mutual respect amongst each other. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Sahanau Bhavatu Sahanau Punaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navaditamastu Mavit Vishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now we're going to go ahead and start to engage a deeper Ujjayi breath, so constricting the back of the throat, inhales and exhales through the nostrils. With the constriction, we should hear the sound of the ocean inside our own heads, maybe outside in somebody else's head as well. This breath is known for being equal part breath, so it tends to be equal in-breaths and out-breaths, which also regulate and equalize out blood pressure. So we begin with a nice, peaceful attitude. At any time in the practice, if you get tired, please just rest down in child's pose. Join back in any time that you feel necessary or desirous. And we'll let our eyes flutter open. We'll come to sit on our bums, and we're going to extend our legs out into a nice wide stance. So once we get them as wide as we think we can, reach your hands behind you, pick up your hips, and just scoot your hips forward a little bit, and it tends to open up just a little bit more in the inner thigh. So while we have our legs nice and wide, we also want our spine set up very straight with our feet flexed. Once we get that set up, we have to pull in our belly toward the spine and up toward the belly button. Ugh, yoga is so much work, isn't it? So we're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. You can bring your hands out to the side, or you can bolster your back straight by bringing your hands behind you if that feels better. If you have the physical ability to get the spine straight, just let the hands rest in front. So we'll start to soften the outer hip and the inner thigh just a little bit, but we'll go ahead and start to activate the arms while we're in this position. So what you need to do is make sure you keep your feet flexed the whole time. So anytime we're in any posture, flex those feet. I'll tell you when to relax on them, so just assume we want that. Now why do we do that? Because it engages the thighs and it also protects our knee joints. So sitting up nice and tall, inhale to reach the arms up on the in-breath. And as we exhale, we'll side bend toward the left and just kind of stretch over. Oh, my goodness, that feels so good. Inhale to come back up. And exhale right. Pull that belly in deeply. Inhale coming up. We're going to exhale just a little bit deeper toward the left, so that left arm is really going to reach behind. We reach the chest up and we turn with the rib cage, the belly, the rib cage, then the shoulders, and then the head gazes behind the shoulder. Hold and breathe. Next inhale breath, we'll reach those arms up into the air, and as we exhale, we'll go to the other side. Remember, you're taking that right arm pretty deeply behind. We lift that chest, and we don't just twist our upper torso. We twist the belly, and then the ribs, then the chest, then the shoulders, and then the gaze goes over. on. Next inhale, breath, beauty queens. Reach those arms up into the air. As we exhale, we're going to reach up and land those fingertips to the floor. And I said beauty queens, there might be some kings that are watching too, so hello. Inhale, reaching that chest forward just a little bit. And as we exhale, walk those fingertips out any amount. Now this is early in the practice, so you don't want to force any of these postures. You just want to do the best that you can in the beginning here. Breathe. Next in breath, we're going to walk those hands back. You can place them a little bit behind you. And what I want you to do is I want you to now relax the feet a little bit. And I want you to start to rock forward and back with your torso. So you're just reaching your torso back and forth. You'll feel your flesh roll over your butt cheeks a little bit. But what this is doing is putting some good deep pressure or tension into the hips that are rested on the floor. So we have tension and compression coming together, which works really well into loosening up some tight tissue. We'll just do one more forward on the in-breath and out on the out-breath. Coming up into center, your hands can now go by the sides. And we're going to kind of like shift toward the left and then shift toward the right. So you're just kind of like almost like a wave in the ocean that comes up onto the shore, just waving a little bit. So we're just waving from side to side. Keep both hips connected to the floor, so we're not raising a hip up off of the floor. We're keeping ourselves nice and planted in this position and just shifting a little from side to side because it just feels so good. Now once we come back in center, go ahead and flex those feet again. And I want you to kind of walk your hands out in front just a touch, just a little bit of bend. And just like the waves of the ocean that we used before with our hips, I want you to relax the hands. And we're going to start to shift left to right, but use the hands to kind of softly touch your floor space, keeping both hips on the floor. So this adds just a little bit more of the torso action into it, and it just kind of feels nice. You know, you might be at the end of your day, right? And so it feels really good to release these tensions while we're working out our hips. So we'll just go one more to the right, one more to the left, and then we'll come into center. You're going to bend that left knee, place the sole of the foot on the inside of that right thigh. Right hand comes to the left knee. We lift up on the in-breath, get that other foot flexed. And as we exhale, we do that twist from the bottom up, coming into a nice twist over. Beautiful job. Next in breath, we come forward. Left hand's going to go out to the side. Right arm is going to reach up in the air, and oops, your hips are going to come up with you, and you're going to come into this nice gate pose, reaching over. Now feel free to hold in this position, or if you want, you can open up your chest a little bit more, make it a little pretty if you want to, or even if yours doesn't look pretty, just do it because it feels good. And next inhale, we set those hips down. Drop that right arm down and reach the left arm up on the inhale and side bend over toward the right. Inhale the arms into a T and exhale, side bend over toward the left. Inhale coming up, and as we exhale, we'll move that left leg out. Next inhale breath, right sole of the foot comes in to meet that left thigh. Right hand comes to the knee. And we just do a little side twist as we lift our chest up and twist over just a little bit here. Breathe. Inhale, coming back up. Right hand moves out a little bit. Left hand reaches. Come up into that nice little gate pose, stretching over. And you can stay here, or you can open up the chest just a little bit toward the sky. Either works. Inhale, set that bum back down, and as you exhale, side bend over toward the left. Beautiful. Coming up on our inhale breath, we will bring the left leg into an easy seated position in front of the right. Reach the arms up on the inhale. As we exhale, we'll reach those arms out into a T. Flip those palms and inhale coming up. And as we exhale, we're going to side bend toward the right. Inhale, reaching up to the sky on the inhale breath. Exhale, arms come out into that T. Inhale, flip the palms coming up. And exhale, side bend over or twist over toward the left. Inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, out into the T. Flip the palms. Inhale to reach up. And this time as we exhale, bring those hands right down into heart center. Keep the spine very straight and walk those fingertips out, folding over the fronts of your legs as much as you're able to do with keeping both hips on the floor. So don't let the bum cheeks lift up. Keep them nice and planted there. Reaching that chest forward on that in-breath. As you exhale, you can walk out a little bit more, possibly, as long as, again, keep those hips on the floor. Fold and breathe. Next in-breath, we'll walk ourselves up. Get that good old left leg and hold on underneath it. Sit up tall with the spine and bring that knee in a little bit toward the armpit, just kind of out to the side. So it's like a happy baby, but we're seated up nice and tall. From that position, maybe you can take your left hand and hold on to the outside of the left foot. If you can, that's fine. If you can't, just keep on holding on behind the thigh. Bring that knee in toward the armpit, really stretching that out. Now maybe you can take your right hand and hold on to that foot. Maybe you can straighten that leg any amount just to kind of give a nice little hamstring kick here. So we're in good shape no matter what we do, right? If you have to stay in the first or second position, you know what? That's just as perfect as this third one. Release that foot, bring it down to the earth. Hold on, coming into a nice pose of nobility on the inhale breath. And as we exhale, we're going to get this left shoulder on the inside, bring it to the right knee, lift the chest, and exhale into a bit of a twist here. We might feel a little bit more in that front hip and thigh bone of the left leg into this type of stretch. Release, coming back center. This pretty old right leg is going to come up, and you're just going to place the other one down here. Holding on to the back of the thigh. We sit up nice and tall and bring that knee toward the chest, and then open it a little bit toward the armpit. So that was our starting position on the other side. Now we can possibly keep holding here, or maybe we can hold on with the right hand on the outside of the foot. If you got that far, you can just bring that knee a little bit closer to the armpit. Nice and pretty, pretty, pretty. I can kind of see you still. Take your left hand, maybe hold on if that works. Again, just keep on holding on behind the back of the thigh, and then we just straighten that leg any amount. So we can just kind of start to work in the back of the hamstring. We're getting ready to hit the floor, so I want you to make sure that you're nice and loose here in your hips, your hamstrings, your shoulders, your chest, all of those beautiful parts of you. Next in-breath, you just bend that knee, place the sole of the foot down, inhale right up into that nice pose of nobility. And as we exhale, we bring that right shoulder in to the left knee. Left hand goes behind, and we twist. Hold here for a breath. When we come in to inhale, this right leg is already in front, right? So go ahead and place it down. We'll do that little forward fold. So we'll start to just walk the fingertips out, keeping the spine very straight. Now I'm here to tell you that it's going to feel different one side to the other, and that's so perfect and so natural. So we want to really lift that chest, really extend it. As we exhale, we want to keep that length and walk those fingertips out any amount that works for us. Hold here and breathe. Next in-breath, walk your hands back. Come on to all fours. In our all fours position, our hands are about shoulder width apart. Our knees are about hip width apart. We're up on our back toesies because, you know, if you've ever had any of my classes, you know I'm big on those toes. So we want to get nice and comfortable here. And we're going to do a little bit of rocking action, just like we did in our hips, only this time we'll be warming up shoulders and the knee joints. Yee. So we're just going to rock forward, inhaling, exhaling back a little bit, not too far. Just a few of these. Belly's pulled in forward, exhale back. Two more. Inhaling in forward, exhaling back, and last one. We inhale forward, exhale back. Now while we're back, let's go ahead and stretch out our toes all the way. So we want you to, if you're able to get your hips to land on your heels, and then walk up where you're seated on your toes. This is nobody's favorite posture, but it's very important to keep the flexibility in the toe joints, you know. Hey, what those old toes do as we get older is they curl up. And they start curling up and sticking together. We got real problems falling over, so we don't want to do that. We want to keep nice, flexible toes as long as we can. If you're lucky, you're going to get old. And so those toes are going to try to curl at some point. We want to keep that off as long as possible. Yes, yes. So next inhale breath, we come back onto all fours. We lift our hips up and back into our down dog. Once we're in our down dog pose, we're going to start to pedal out those legs a little bit. So we just pedal out here. And next inhale breath, step those feet about mat width apart, and as your exhale, start to shift and rock those hips just a little bit from side to side. This kind of feels a little bit good to me, so we're just shifting a little bit side to side. Walk those feet back in about hip width apart again. Reach that right leg up on the inhale breath, and let's go ahead and open up just a little bit. Just open up the chest, opening up the hip flexor. From here, I want you to take this knee in the air, and I want you to just mandala it around a little bit, just little circles, kind of doing your best. We'll just do 4 of these, so 2 more to go. Breathing here in and out. This last one, we come up and we hold it in this open position, and really press the chest to the floor. Next in breath, just step that foot between the hands the best you're able to do. Dropping down to that left knee, we pull in the belly and reach up into our kneeling lunge here, reaching up. As we exhale, we bring both those handsies on the inside. Take your right hand, put it on the inside of your right knee. Open up on the outside of that right foot. Open the chest up toward the sky, pulling that belly in, so we're adding a little shoulder action into the hip. Next in breath, bring that sole of the foot back to the earth. Come up through that nice low lunge. Step the back foot up to the front into a half lift. As we exhale, we're going to fold. Next in breath, half lift. As you fold, just send that right leg back and down to the knee. Suck the belly in, bring those arms up into the air on the inhale into our kneeling crescent lunge here. And as you exhale, hands come down, placing them on the insides of the front foot. Left hand's going to go to the knee. You're going to come up out on the outside of that foot. Walk that foot out a little bit. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that. And just open and stretch, open the chest. Gaze is over toward the left, working in that outer hip. Next in breath, foot comes down. Come up on that back foot. Step to the front, half lift. Exhale into a fold. Reverse swan dive, reach and raise, coming all the way up. Exhaling, hands down through heart center. In our Tadasana pose, let's go ahead and soften into our breath here. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Next inhale breath, reach those arms out and up. As you exhale, bring the hands right down into center and come down into a nice squat. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, bring the fingertips to or toward the floor. From this pose, inhale, reach the arms in this nice deep chair pose. And as you exhale, straighten the legs, swan diving down and forward. Inhale into a half lift. As we exhale, put those fingertips or hands down, step that right leg back, dropping down to that right knee. Belly pulls in as we reach and rise up into our nice kneeling crescent pose. As we exhale, hands come down. Inhaling up through the low lunge, stepping back into your down dog pose. Inhale into your plank, and either knees, chest, and chin, or a Chaturanga Dandasana. Lift the chest up on the in-breath, and exhale, lift the hips up and back into our down dog. Right leg reaches up on the inhale, and exhale, open up. Inhale to lift. Exhale, right leg comes through. Keep up on those back toes. Widen your stance here if you need to. Pull the belly in and reach and rise up into our high crescent lunge. Inhaling here. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, straightening out that front leg. Nice extended pyramid pose. Exhale, bend back into that knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. And now exhale, bring those hands down and behind, reaching the chest about 25 or 45 degrees forward. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Back foot steps up to the front, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Reach the hands up on the inhale breath. Exhale, hands come down, bend into your chair. Reach the arms up on the inhale. As you exhale, fingertips come down. Inhale, reaching those arms up, nice deep squat. Exhale, straighten the legs, folding over. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, left leg goes back and down. Belly pulls in, we reach and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come down, framing the front foot. Inhale to come up into our nice low lunge, stepping back into down dog on the exhale. Inhale into plank and go through the vinyasa of your choice, and we'll meet in our down dog posture. Left leg reaches up. Now we're going to exhale, bend and open it here because we did our sequence on the other side without being able to access this left leg. So we're going to access it here. So we open up and we start to do these little mandalas. So spinning four times in the same direction. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Reaching that left leg up into the air. We'll exhale, bring it between the hands, dropping down to that right knee. Reach the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, stepping back into our down dog. Inhale, go through a vinyasa. So just adding a little extra vinyasa on in between. Left leg reaches up on the inhale. Exhale, bend and twist it open. Now we're all equal on each side. Inhale to lift. Exhale to the front. Widen your stance if you need to, and rise up. Nice crescent lunge. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, straightening that leg, giving a nice extended pyramid pose. Exhale, bend that knee. Inhale, reaches up on the inhale breath. And exhale, bring the arms back. Shift that chest forward about 45 degrees or so, maybe a little less, squaring off those hips. Coming back up on the inhale breath. We exhale, framing that front foot. Back foot steps up to the front. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Reverse one dive, reach and raise. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. So I'm going to face the camera just a little bit. So we're going to work into a little bit more of a chair pose in between vinyasas. So have your feet about hip width apart, hands to hips, bend those knees. Now here's where the options come in. You can bring your forearms here if you'd like, or if you are able to, you can keep your hands on your hips, or you can reach those arms up. So we'll hold here. And next inhale, we'll straighten those legs. As we exhale, we're going to bend right back into that chair. Now your hands are just going to be wherever you chose. Inhale to lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. So just one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hold. From this position, place the hands on the hips if they weren't already there. Then place them down on the thighs if they weren't already there. And we'll just hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, you're welcome. Stand all the way up. Woo! Roll those shoulders back. Reach the right arm up into the air on the inhale. Bend into that right elbow. Use your left hand to bolster that back. Don't let your hips shift forward like that, but just get them nice and level. Now this right hand is going to hold on to the left elbow from this position. Reach your head through, possibly through your shoulders. Gaze goes up toward the sky, but don't arch that back too much. Just getting a nice deep stretch. And as we exhale, bring those hands forward. Sit back down into your chair pose. Little I Dream a Genie kind of situation. So blink your way anywhere you want to be. Hold here. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, hands come down by your sides. Left arm reaches up on the in-breath. Hold on. Exhale, holding here. Remember, don't let those hips shift forward. They want to automatically do that. So we have to make ourselves keep our hips nice and level. Once we're here, you can hold on that opposite elbow. Maybe your head can travel through there just a little bit, getting a deep stretch for the back. And if we're able to, maybe we can lift up on the inhale breath. And as we exhale, we're going to come forward and down. So you're just holding the opposite side. You can I Dream a Genie right here. If you don't know who that is, I'm so sorry. Funny, funny show. Inhale to reach. Bring the arms out and up and down into heart center. Beautiful break in between vinyasas. So come back up to the front of your mat. Reach the arms out and up on the inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale into a half lift. And as we exhale, plant those hands. Send that right leg back. Keep up on those back toes. Pull the belly in. Reach up, high crescent lunge. Inhaling here. As we exhale, we're going to open up. Back foot setting up to warrior two pose. Hold here and breathe. Inhale, breath. Back hand is going to drop. Front arm is going to reach. And we're going to reach that up to the sky. But then you're going to hold on to the outside of the back of the head. And you're just going to turn your ear toward your front knee, getting a nice deep neck stretch. Once we get here, we can reach our arm behind and even maybe move it away and gaze up. If that bothers your neck, just look down. Inhale to reach. Arms come back up into this nice warrior two pose. As we exhale, we straighten that front leg, kick out and over, coming into triangle pose. Now that bottom hand can be anywhere on the thigh, inside or outside, and the other arm just reaches up. We open and twist our chest up to the sky. Breathe. From this pose, bend that front knee. Nice deep side angle. Oh, get those nice, beautiful chest stretch here first. As you exhale, bring that hand down, spin up on those back toes. Straighten that front leg. Keep up on the back toes. Don't try to put the heel down. Folding over into that extended pyramid, any amount that will work for your body. Bend that front knee. Hands press. Step back into down dog. Inhaling into our plank pose and vinyasa through. Lift up on the inhale breath. Exhale up and back. Down dog. Right leg reaches up on the inhale. Let's go ahead and bend this open because we are talking about our hips today. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bring that foot through between the hands. Square off those hips and drop down to that left knee. Walk that front foot out and drop your hands or your forearms down to the floor, holding here for a breath or two in our lizard pose. Just breathe. Next in breath, coming up. Keep that footsie right where it is. Come up on those back toes. Back left foot's going to step up to the outside of the left hand, and we'll come down into any form of squat. So maybe this is all you got. You might even be able to come into full malasana by dropping the hips. If you're in the full malasana, work those shoulders on the inside and really work out those hips. Hands will come in here into a prayer pose. Breathe. Now, drop those hands to the floor. Tammy, we're not going to do crow, don't worry. So, hands are reaching out in front of you a little bit. You're going to come up, place those knees a little bit more toward the armpits. Come up on the back toes and just rock forward. So we're just going to rock and hold here. Just kind of in that crow posture just to kind of build a little bit of strength. But we're not going into crow. Oh, I got in trouble for that one time. And we'll shift those hips back. not real trouble. Straighten those legs. Inhale, walk those hands back. Let's take a little break here. So remember that hipping, the hip motion going from side to side, left to right. I want you to start doing a few of those, just left to right. Take your hands, add the hands in, just like we did when we were seated with our legs wide. Nice, soft movement. Along with our Ujjayi breath, should relax us out pretty good. Coming back into center. Heel toe your feet in to where they're about hip width apart. Bend that right knee. Walk your hands to the outside of the right, opening up the chest a little bit, feeling that nice, intense hamstring stretch of the left leg. Keep the twist. Straighten the right, bend the left. Breathe. Walk those hands over. Keep that right knee bent. Breathe. Or the left knee bent, excuse me. Now bend that right knee, straightening the left, holding here. Walk those hands back. Soften both knees and reverse, coming all the way up. Oh, exhale, hands down through heart center. What a beautiful job. You know we got another leg, right? So we'll start again. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhaling into a half lift. We'll exhale, fold, plant those fingertips, and send that left leg back, squaring off those hips. Pull the belly in and come up through your nice high crescent lunge. Kind of get the setup here. Just make sure your foot's wide enough to where you're not going to fall over. We inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to open up into that nice warrior two pose. Breathe. Dropping that back hand, we flip the front palm, reach it up into the air, but then we are going to hold on to the outside of the head, and we're going to shift over toward that front leg, stretching out the chest, stretching out the neck, so you can also take your left hand and reach it out and behind you. Inhale, coming up, nice warrior two pose. Breathe. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, out and over into our triangle posture. Reaching that arm up to the sky, opening the chest. Breathe. Bend into that front knee. We're in that nice, deep side angle pose. Top hand comes down. We spin up on those back toes. Keep up on the back toes as we straighten that front leg into extended pyramid pose, folding over. Breathe. Bend into that front knee. Plant those hands, stepping back into your down dog pose. Left leg reaches up on the inhale breath. Exhale, bend and open it up. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bring that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop down onto that knee. And either fold your elbows just a little bit, or if you have the ability, put your forearms on the floor. Breathe. Next inhale, breath. Coming up on those hands, up off that back knee. Oh, you know what? We got to get that right leg on the outside of that front hand. And then here's your squat. So you can be here. You can also do here like we did earlier. Or if you have the ability to just drop those hips down, if you got that far, get the arms on the inside. Bring the hands into the Ujjayi Mudra, our prayer posture. Lifting up our chest here. Oh, you can even add a little bit of what I call crazy monkey, shifting the hips side to side. Maybe that's not for you, but it always feels good for me because I have super tight hips. 21 years practice, still super tight hips. Less than they were, but it's still a constant work. Next inhale breath, we place our hands down. Pick up our hips, put our knees inside of our armpits, come up on those back toes, walk the hands out a little bit, and just lean into the triceps, Holding here, you can rock a little bit if you want to. We did this in a class sometime this week. Or you can hold here and just get the work of the strength. Bring those heels back, drop those feet down, heel toe those feet in, and bend that left knee, keep the right leg straight. Walk the hands over to the left. Hold and breathe. Inhale to straighten the left and bend the right. Hold and breathe. Next in breath, walk those hands over toward the right. You got it. Hold and breathe. Inhale, bend the right knee, bend the left knee, straightening the right. Hold and breathe. Bend both knees, walk the hands back center, and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Reaching the arms out and up on the inhale. Exhale, hold here just for a few rounds of breath. And I'm going to come back to the center space here. We're going to have to work on a little balance posture. Balance is always hard for me on my real left side. Always. I have a hip, born genetically, a hip that's just kind of a little bit immovable. So I hope that you see me wibble and wobble too, because I really do believe that it's better for students to see the teacher not very perfect, because I promise you there's no such thing as that, as perfect. So as teachers, we do the best that we can, but we have our limitations as well. So let's go ahead and start with that balancing posture by sending all of your weight into your right leg. Bring your hands to the hips. It's the best for stability in balance postures. But also notice that we're really working into the hip while we do that. So I want you to come up onto those left toes and just kind of bring them a little bit out. So my foot's not back here level with the other one, but it's out just a little bit in front. From this position, we'll pull our belly in. Inhale to reach that knee up, holding here. Exhaling here. Inhale to open that knee out toward the left. Any amount will work. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, drop those toes down. Exhale to square off the hips. We'll do that a couple more times. So inhale, exhale. Woo, see, you'll see me tibble a little bit. Inhale, exhale. One more round. Pull the belly in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Drop that down. We'll shift everything to the other side. So just go ahead and put the weight on that left leg. Those right toes are going to come up in front. The first one's always a little bit slower because we have to think about it for a second. So really pull that belly in. Inhale, reaching that knee up. Exhale, opening it out to the right. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, down. Got two more in yet? Sure you do. Inhale, lift. Exhale, out. Inhale, in. Exhale, down. One more. In. Out. In. Out. Oh, good job. And just settle back in. Now I want you to bring your feet just a little bit wide. Bring the hands into heart center. This is one of my favorite things to do. It's just these little hip stomps. So you have your hands in the center just for balance. Bend those knees in a little bit, and we're going to shift weight from side to side. So all your weight goes into your left, lifting your right leg up, and you exhale down. Inhale opposite and exhale down. You got it. It's these little hip stomps, but you'll really feel it in the quadricep muscles, working deeply into the hips. Little back and forth, and breathe. Just a couple more of these. In and out, in and out. Last set, up, and coming back in. We straighten up. How'd you do? You did great. We're going to bring that legs in about hip width apart and do the same thing. So we're going to continue to work in different parts of our hips. So bring those hands back into heart center, bending those knees, and we'll shift this time onto the right first, lifting up the left foot, dropping down, switching sides. So you got it. Really pull the belly in. That helps with our balance. Maybe you get wibbly on one side like I do. Hope not. But we take we take what we got, right? A couple more of these each side. Should be able to really feel it in your quads. Do ya? Yes is always the answer. We know that, right? Coming back. Last time. Finishing out. And that right foot raises for the finish of that sequence, coming up. Beautiful job. It's a great way for us to go ahead and test our balance even a little bit more. So we're going to place all the weight back onto the right. This time we're going to come up and hold on to that front knee. Flexing that foot. All the weight's in the right leg. Reach that right arm up on the inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to open it out to the left. Inhale to come back in. And exhale, reach it out in front. Bring that left hand to the left hip. Right hand comes to the right hip. Lift that leg up. Now drop and square off the hip. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, bring it down. Oh, you did so good. Switch to the other side. Go ahead and put all that weight in the left. Bring the right knee up, holding on. Left arm reaches up on the inhale. Exhale, open up. Inhale, coming back in. And top hand goes to the hip. Other hand goes to the hip. Extend that leg out. Drop the hip. Level it out. Woo. And lift that hip up again and square off. And hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Drop that down. Front of the mat. A little bit of Vinyasa flow before we hit back down on the floor, finishing out some hip postures. So reach the arms out and up on the in-breath. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant those hands. Step yourself this time back into down dog right away. Inhale, coming into your plank. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale up or exhale back. You know, you can always take the knees, chest, and chin. Reaching that right leg up on the inhale, exhale, open up. Inhale, coming back forward, reaching that leg up. Exhale, knee to the nose, really rounding the spine up. Inhale, reach that back out and up. Exhale, open that hip. Inhale, reaches. Exhale, knee to the nose. One more like that. Inhale, reaches up. Exhale, open. Inhaling up. Exhale, knee to nose. And we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look between those hands. Bring that right foot between the hands, squaring off the hips, dropping down to that left knee. Reach the arms up on the inhale breath, really stretching and reaching. Exhale, hands come to the inside. Front foot walks over. Right hand to the right inside of the knee or thigh. Maybe you can open up on the outside of the right foot and stretch open here. We've done this before. Inhale, dropping that foot down. Both hands come to the inside and we fold down either on our forearms or just bending our elbows. Breathe. Inhale, come up off that back knee. Step back into your down dog pose. Reach that right leg up on the inhale breath. Exhale, bend and twist open. This time hang here, or you can let those right toes go behind you for a little bit of wild thing. Opening up, coming into a nice kind of gate posture with that back knee bent, reaching. Top hand comes down. Three-legged dog with that right leg. Exhale, bring it between the hands. Open the back foot up. Come up through warrior 2. Exhale. Inhale here. And exhale, drop the back hand. Reach the front one up into peaceful warrior. Inhaling out into your warrior 2. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Coming out into your triangle pose, reaching the chest. Bend that front knee, nice deep side angle. Top hand comes down. Spin up on the back toes. Keep up on them. Straighten out into that pyramid pose. Bend that front knee, keeping up on the back toes. Widen your stance if you need to. Come up through high crescent lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step back into down dog. Inhaling into plank. Vinyasa through the other side, and that'll be it for the vinyasa. Do a little floor work. Left leg reaches up on the inhale breath. Exhale, open it up. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale to lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's go ahead and hang here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gaze between the hands. Left foot steps down. Whew. Drop down to that right knee. Bring both hands on the inside. Walk that front foot over. Planting the right hand down. Left hand comes to the inside knee or thigh. And open up maybe on the outside. You can drop and relax that back foot, or you can keep up on your back toes. Just really twisting open. Breathe. Next in-breath, we come in and we fold over down onto our forearms. Breathe. Inhale, coming up. Come up off that back knee. Beautiful job. Step that back leg up into the air into three-legged dog. Exhale, bend it open and either hang here, drop those toes down, opening up into our wild thing. Breathe. Hand comes down. Spinning back up. Three-legged dog here. Exhale, bring it between the hands again. Back foot opens up. I fumble a little here and rise up. Warrior two pose. Breathe. Back hand drops. Front arm reaches. Peaceful. Inhaling out. Warrior two. Exhale, straighten. Coming out and over. Nice triangle pose. Opening the chest. Bend that front knee into a deep side angle. Top hand comes down, spinning up, straightening that front leg, coming in to that nice extended pyramid pose. Bend into that front knee, widen your stance if you need to. Suck the belly in, coming up, nice high crescent lunge. And as we exhale, hands come down, step back into down dog. Last vinyasa, inhale and exhale through. Lifting up, back into down dog. Are you pooped? I am. Walk your feet forward, coming down onto your knees. I'm going to turn and face you. And we're going to hold here, softening our breath. So place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Feel the beat of the heart beneath your hands, the rise and the fall of the belly beneath your palm. Softening our breath before we stretch out. Breathe. And release. Open those arms out and up on the inhale. As we exhale, we'll side bend over toward the left. Bring that left arm forward. Just kind of sweep over, kind of like those oceanic movements. Right hand lands down. Left hand comes up and over. Inhale, that arm reaches forward, landing to the opposite side. Right arm up. and over. Inhale, reaching over. Left hand up and side bend. This time we'll come up into a seated position. Shift the hips over toward the left to a simple sage pose. So the feet are just kind of hooked behind you. The knees are in front. Your right hand comes to the left knee, and we just slightly and lightly gaze over. Breathe. Next inhale breath, we come forward. Rock back. Bring the feet, soles of the feet to the floor, and just kind of windshield wiper out the knees before we go to the other side. And as ready, shifting our hips toward the right. Simple sage, or just twist lightly over and breathe. Pulling our belly in, shift ourselves back, extend those legs out in that nice wide angle, lift the hips, push yourself forward a little bit, bring the hands in front if you're able, and hey, guess what? You get to relax the feet. So we're going to round over and hold for a few breaths in this nice wide leg forward fold. So this will be kind of these soft movements will be our Shavasana. Just lightly cool off what we've worked so hard. I want to make sure your hips are nice and stretched out. They worked very hard. Breathe. Round the back. Relax the legs, stretching out hamstring, inner thigh, lower spine. And if you're pretty comfortable hanging here on your forearms or on your fingertips, that's fine. If you have the ability to go forward more, you can feel free to go as forward as you like. Just don't force the pose. Folding in. Again, we don't force it. We just softly soften in. Wherever you are, just slide your pretty old body right on up, or handsome old body right on up, or handsome or pretty young body, I don't know. And bounce out those legs a little bit. Cross the legs in an easy crisscross position in front, if that feels good for you. Sitting up nice and tall, getting our spine straight. We dip our chin in just a little toward our chest and bring our hands into heart center. From this place, we can give some breaths of gratitude. We can ask that all beings be healthy and well, free from illness and suffering. That all beings experience fulfillment in their lives here on this earth. And that all beings experience and realize what is auspicious or perfect. And for all of those things, we too give gratitude. So yogis, I bow to you, you bow to me, and together we say Namaste.